spread Donald Trump's entirely false claims about those voting machines. Broadcaster Charles Feldman is with KNX Radio in Los Angeles.
It is one of the largest defamation settlements in the U.S. History, and you're right, they got about $787 million. It got something else, though. It got a statement from Fox saying, "We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false." In other words, court findings in the pretrial motions that indicated that we said some falsehoods knowingly on the air were true.
But the legal action is not over for Fox yet. Another voting machine manufacturer, Smartmatic, is seeking $2.7 billion in damages for false claims about its technology. The legal settlement with Dominion was announced shortly after a jury was chosen for what was expected to be a 6-week trial. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, fighting continues in Sudan after another attempt at a ceasefire collapsed on the eve of the Eid holiday. A court in India has dismissed opposition leader Rahul Gandhi's appeal against his conviction in a criminal defamation case. And a report is due to be published examining claims that the UK Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab bullied staff. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong? I'm Dan.
I'm TL, and we're from Blue Suede Connection.
And we're excited to be part of the KCHW family.
Bringing you 2 hours of Elvis and fun every week.
Join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on 102.7 KCHW.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.
I'm all shook up.
Tell us we will die like dogs. What? Tell us we will die like dogs.
You will die like dogs.
No, we will not die like dogs. We will fight like lions, because we are the Three Amigos!
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Thursday with my buddies. We make up the Three Amigos on the top of the Hollywood Pyramid. If you're watching today, you've got Chuck Ritchie. Chuck, it looks like you've got safety goggles on.
It's just my glasses.
Sorry. So sorry. All right.
It's bright in here. It's they're a little reflective.
All right, Chuck Ritchie. About a week away from taking over as a station manager at KCHW, and you start training with Michelle next week, right?
That's right.
All
That's right.
All
Looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Very sweet of her to train you before she leaves. Thank you, Michelle. Right below Chuck, you've got Mr. Alan Milani on the video this morning. Good morning, Alan. It's good news for Alan coming up about gray hair.
Fantastic.
And myself on the left side is where I usually hang out, Scott Allen. Come on, bring it on, Alan. Some lefty jokes.
I'm not going to say a word about lefties.
Okay, darn it. All right, here we go with a little weather forecast as we get things fired up this morning. 53 under partly cloudy skies. It is beautiful out this morning, isn't it? You got to enjoy the drive, Alan.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Bright and sunny, roads are clear.
All right. 35 for an overnight low tonight with a mix of rain and snow at 90%.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Higher elevations look out. For your Friday, 54 and 35, 25% chance of rain, mostly cloudy. Mostly cloudy for Saturday, too. 56 and 40, then showers for Sunday at 40%, 58 and 43. More rain for Monday, 60%, 55 and 38. But next week, I see temperatures 67. 70, 73, 74, 72. We're going to arrive in sunny skies and 70 degrees. Yeah. All right.
Wow. We might have to call off this training next week. I might get sick.
No. It's going on as
enjoy this weather.
Scheduled. All right. Looks like the kids got a couple days off from school, so no breakfast or lunch today. All right.
Oh, wow.
quick news headlines for those scumbags in Washington, D.C. This just popped up on Yahoo. You know, the whole banking crisis. Of course, our congressmen and women knew about it before we did. And what did they do?
Took out all their money.
Yes, they did.
Of course they did.
Wow. I think they should have to put it all back in. All right. Wanted to start off this morning before we get into some of our jokes. I have today's horoscopes for you guys. They're a little bit about whatever your sign is. I asked the boys what they were before we started. First one was, let's see, I think you said you were a Libra, right, Alan?
Yes, sir.
All right. Some description of a Libra, and Chuck and me will decide if it fits.
Great.
You were oh so elegant and tasteful to the point of incurring nausea from your loved ones.
Well, you guys can't decide whether that one's right or not, because I know you don't love me.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, yes,
Come
we do.
on. All right.
So mean to me.
Libras, you are also...
We love you. You're so mean.
Libras are also bipolar as hell and can't make a decision on their own. If you're not consulting your therapist, it's TV Guide.
I prefer Farmer's Almanac.
What if TV Guide is my therapist?
Libras are trendy and malleable, folks. They're funny because they will glom on to something they hated before it suddenly becomes fashionable. Velour is not entirely lost upon Libras. Libras eat a lot of ethnic food from cultures they don't understand.
Wow.
And didn't you say you ate, before we went live, you ate a 32-ounce steak?
30 ounce.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm so far off.
Ounce. That extra 2 ounces probably would have killed me. Yeah.
I'm really, after the show, can we talk? Because I'm really curious what that's like on the backside. Wow.
It's kind of personal.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see. Libras single-handedly started the cappuccino movement.
Yes, that one I'll stand behind.
You constantly worry about what other people think. If you really paid attention, maybe people would like you more.
Wow.
What?
I
told
care,
you.
but don't make an attempt to do anything about it.
I should be a congressman.
Libras use quotes from David Mamet plays to describe philosophical concepts. Then they have those concepts engraved on nice little wallet cards. The Libran interest in current events ends with the J. Crew catalog.
Wow. Wow.
Libras don't eat fast food or have any clue where their trash goes. They have, this is the nice one. I've seen Alan do this with the carpet crew. They have other people tie their expensive shoes. Only 2 Libras have ever been found in thrift stores. That's pretty horrible. Let's see. Libras hang on to their Winger t-shirts too. Remember that band?
Winger?
Winger.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Winger.
That's Alan's favorite band.
All right. Let's see. Virgo, since Chuck's over there laughing. Virgos are generally just a big pain in the butt. You regulate your breathing and color coordinate the clothes in your closet. No Virgo in history has ever belched.
Well, that last one was not true.
That's not true at all. Virgos clean every inch of everything they own twice daily with a toothbrush. Everything has its place. And yours is on the floor, scrubbing with a magnifying glass, checking for germs. Little obsessive compulsive order, Chuck? All right.
At times.
A nice
Definitely not with my laundry, though.
A nice euphemism for the word Virgo. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Sorry. Virgos use pointers and elaborate charts to describe philosophical concepts. You commit a lot of drive-by shootings.
Wow.
What? Wow. That escalated quickly.
Watch out for that Prius.
Exactly. When you're questioned, you tell the police it was because that bastard had a filthy car. Wow, Chuck. Police usually let you go. They're Virgos too.
All of them.
It's easy to freak out a Virgo. Just tell them they have something between their teeth.
Please don't.
I can't read the next one. Hell for a Virgo is being locked in an elevator for an eternity with a naked Aquarius. Huh. I should have said Libra. All right, you guys want to know Gemini, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Everyone loves a Gemini because everyone loves a schizophrenic. You like to think that you're half and half mixture of Socrates and Michelangelo, but in reality, it's more like Prince and B. Arthur.
I'd take that.
Geminis are progressive, outgoing, and one of the most popular rides at Cedar Point. Whoop, whoop. All right. However, you can and will negate all of this by the time you finish reading this sentence. Geminis, get this, guys, drive funny cars.
That's true.
Plus, they often drive them into trees and buildings. Geminis are pushy and overbearing. They pick fights with small children and moon people at weddings. Oh. This is so me. By the way, Alan, they like to use Libras as punching bags.
Yeah, I noticed.
And good for me, a bisexual Gemini is a walking double date.
Wow.
Geminis will vandalize their own homes. Geminis rarely compete in the Olympics. When they do, it's usually pool or air hockey. Frogger turns up as well. Geminis are always on some sort of medication, and that medication not always legal. Gemini is Latin for I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And Geminis speak very loudly in order to be heard. This is unfortunate as they are nearly always talking to themselves.
Wow.
All right, there you go. Horoscopes.
Chuck, I think they were a little off on you and I, but they sure nailed Scott.
Oh.
Right?
All right, let's see. Let's check on your wives. What sign is your wife, Chuck?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you get in your own trouble, okay? I can't even. It must be at the end. Here we go. Scorpio. The worst of the lot. They're shrewd in business and can't be trusted. They shall achieve the pinnacle of success because of their total lack of ethics. And most Scorpios are murderers. Wow.
Wow.
Alan, what about Brenda? What sign is she?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh.
Whatever February 6th is.
I don't know if she's a murderer, but she often thinks, burst into flames when she looks at me. It hasn't worked yet.
Is that what you're saying you are?
No.
Okay. Are you still looking, Alan? Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm still looking. I can't find it.
Alan, you don't know what sign your wife is?
She's February 6th.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I don't know. I don't buy into the zodiac.
Well, of course not. Did you hear yours?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, she's an Aquarius as well. You have an innate mild. You have an inventive and mind. Oh, sorry. You have an inventive mind and are inclined to be progressive. You lie a great deal. You make the same mistakes repeatedly because you're dumb. Everyone thinks you're a jerk. Wow. Yeah,
brutal.
I can't believe you sent me that.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of that.
I'm not really sure "you're a dumb jerk" is a horoscope reading.
I'm not sure.
I don't think this is how this works.
All right,
Chuck, will you help me scrape those bus marks off my back, please?
Right?
Oh, it was all jokes. It's all in fun, sort of. All right. At least the one for your wives were. not you two. All right, here we go. This story. Scientists believe they have discovered the mechanism for hair turning gray, which could help develop treatment to alter cells in order to reverse or halt the process of hair turning gray, which is great news for Alan, not so good for Chuck.
My beard's turning gray.
Oh, well, there. Yeah, I could maybe stop that a little bit. All right, let's move on to this morning's jokes if the horoscope wasn't good enough for you. To start off, Alan and Chuck are going to tell me why I'm old.
Are we going back and forth on these? Chuck?
Yes, you are. All right. Chuck, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. As Laura just told me, apparently it's sexy when my beard turns gray, but not hers.
Wow. Wow.
So we have some signs here that you're old, and here's how you can tell.
Okay, I'm ready.
Scott, old is when your sweetie says, "Let's go upstairs and have some fun," and your answer is, "Honey, I can't do both."
So old is when your friends compliment you on your new alligator shoes and you're barefoot.
It's kind of true.
Looking a little scaly.
Those are just my toenails.
Chuck, I'm not going to slap myself. It's your turn, yeah.
Okay. Old is when a sexy babe catches your fancy and your pacemaker opens the garage door.
I call that a bonus.
Nice.
Well, it's nice to have your appliances have dual functions.
Keeps down on the clutter.
That's right.
Old is when you pick up a gallon of milk and it pulls all the wrinkles out of your face.
That's kind of awesome, actually, though.
Old is when you don't care where your significant other goes, just as long as you don't have to go too.
That's true. Huh. I don't have to go to the store. Thank you.
Poor Scott.
I know.
Let's see. Old is when you are cautioned to slow down by the doctor instead of the police. Take it easy there, Scott.
I'm trying.
Old is when getting a little action means I don't need to take my fiber today.
Oh, I gotta go.
It's funny because it's true. Old is when getting lucky means you find your car in the parking lot. I like it.
Finally, old is when an all-nighter means not having to get up to pee.
I never get to
Nice.
experience those. All right.
Nice.
All right, we're going to flip it around now. Me and Alan going to pick on Chuck because we've got some tips for Chuck and his new job managing KCHW. All right. I'll fire it off.
Help I can get.
I'll fire it off, Chuck. Remember, the number one is a pat on the back is only a few centimeters from Scott giving you a kick in the butt.
True story.
Okay.
True story. Can your leg reach that height?
If I'm on a stool and I have something to balance one hand on, I can.
Which one
Chuck,
is that? The slap in the back or the kick in the butt?
Well, the low one.
White men can't jump. So, Chuck, don't be irreplaceable. If you can't be replaced, you can't be promoted.
Oh. All right, Chuck, you can go anywhere you want if you look serious and carry a microphone. Yeah.
Kind of like putting on an orange vest and carrying a clipboard.
It is. It is. People will
That's
actually
right, that's
avoid
right.
you if you walk around with a clipboard and a microphone. So, just saying.
Official business coming through.
So, Chuck, if you eat one live toad the first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day.
Yep, guaranteed. All
I
right.
wouldn't be so sure.
When managing KCHW, Chuck, if at first you don't succeed, try again, then quit. No use being a damn fool about it.
True story.
It's already my life philosophy in general.
Yeah.
There will always be beer cans rolling on the floor of your car when a board member asks for a ride home from the office.
Every time.
Because I started this, everything now can be filed under miscellaneous.
It's in there somewhere.
I know it. And just look in the miscellaneous drawer. All right.
So here's a couple of really good tips, Chuck. Never delay the ending of a meeting or the beginning of a cocktail hour.
Important advice.
That's solid advice right there.
That's why I just like to start drinking during the meeting.
One of the most. This is going to go well. All right. One of the most important things to remember about being the manager of KCHW is to err as human, to forgive, not our policy.
Fabulous. If it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done.
Mm-hmm. Or when you don't know what to do, walk fast and look worried.
But keep in mind, following the rules will not get the job done.
Getting the job done is no excuse, though, for not following the rules.
True.
I understand.
When confronted by a difficult problem, you can solve it more easily by reducing it to a question. How would the Lone Ranger or Scott handle this?
And finally, Chuck, no matter how much you do, it'll never be enough for Scott. All right.
That's fair.
That's so difficult.
All right. Little fun in space next. This is for all of us. Jokes to play on fellow astronauts aboard the International Space Station. And Chuck, we're going to let you roll first.
I'd just like to point out that KCHW does not condone these activities.
Okay.
If you ever find yourself in a space station, don't do this. You could break the radio and say that while everyone was sleeping, there was a nuclear battle, and now everyone is dead.
I saw that movie.
Look out the window and scream, "We're being boarded."
Or you could uncouple the Japanese section and as they float away helplessly yell, "That's for Pearl Harbor!"
Wow. As you see the terror in their eyes. And you can use the Canada arm to start punching the Russian space shuttle, then exclaim, "They're asking for it with all their freaking late night cooking smells."
Wow.
That borscht.
Borscht. Alan?
You could always flush a crew member out of the airlock and tell everyone he was an alien planning to kill everyone and that you saved them from being cocooned.
I like that one. Lock someone outside and tell him you won't let him in until he guesses the right number between 1 and 1 million. Let him in just before the air runs out.
Wow.
All right.
We're docking the space shuttle. Start beating the Viking war drum you hid by the controls and yell, "Ramming speed!"
Yes.
Make it stop.
All right, chances are today you're going to get a phone call from a telemarketer, and we worked hard all night long to come up with some great responses for you. Alan, start us off. Responses to use with telemarketers.
If they want to loan you money, tell them you just filed for bankruptcy and you could sure use some money.
Mm-hmm.
If they start out with, "How are you today?" say, "I'm so glad you asked because no one these days seems to care. And I have these problems, my arthritis, my asthma are acting up, my eyelashes are sore, and my dog just died."
I wonder how long it would take them to hang up.
You know what I like to do sometimes is be like, "It's okay."
I think my wife, when they say, "How's your day?" "It's okay. My wife just left." "Oh, yeah."
I caught her cheating on me. That's nice.
All right. Number 3.
So if they say they're John Doe from XYZ Company, ask them to spell their name then ask them to spell the company name. Then ask them where it's located, how long it's been in business, how many people work there, how they got in this line of work, and if they're married, how many kids they have, etc. Continue asking them personal questions or questions about their company for as long as necessary.
Perfect.
You get a lot,
like that one.
Alan gets a lot of telemarketing calls for the business, because you're a business in the day, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You should keep this handy.
I'm going to print it.
Okay.
I've already had 3 this morning.
Nice.
Alan.
This works great if you're a guy and the telemarketer is female. After she asks you a question, wait for a second and with a real husky voice ask, "What are you wearing?"
Wow, no, don't do that.
It's Jake from State Farm. I'm wearing khakis.
I've done the next one before. Cry out in surprise, Judy! Judy, is that you? Oh my God, Judy, how have you been? Hopefully this will give Judy a free brief moments of terror as she tries to figure out where she could know you from.
Judy from Eagle River? You could just say no over and over again. Be sure to vary the sound of each one and keep a rhythmic tempo, even as they're trying to speak. This is most fun if you can do it until they hang out.
Okay.
Nice.
No.
If they're trying to get you to sign up for the family and friends plan, reply in as sinister voice as you can. I don't have any friends. Would you be my friend?
Strangely enough, that's how I met Alan.
I'm still not sure why I said yes.
If the
you be my friend?
If the company cleans rugs, respond, "Can you get out blood? Can you get out goat blood? How about human blood?"
How much can you get out exactly? Does it remove DNA evidence? After the telemarketer gives his or her spiel, ask him to marry you. When they get all flustered, then tell them you can't just give your credit card number to a complete stranger.
Totally. Yeah.
You could always tell a telemarketer that you work for the same company and they can't sell to employees.
Ooh. Or answer the phone, and as you realize it's a telemarketer, set the receiver down and scream, "Oh my God!" and then hang up.
You can ask them to repeat everything they say several times.
What?
What was that?
What?
Could you say that again?
Can you say that louder?
Tell them it's dinner time, but ask if they would please hold. Put them on your speakerphone while you continue to eat at your leisure. Smack your food loudly and continue with your dinner conversation. Perfect.
So anyways, I says to Ethel,
tell the telemarketer you're on home incarceration and ask if they could bring you some beer.
Yeah. Hold on, my ankle bracelet's going off.
I can't leave the house. Ask them to call you back on your cell phone and then make up a number.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fair. That is a good
Try
one.
that one today, Alan.
I'm going to give him Brenda's number. I'm not going to make one up.
That's funny, Alan, because I was going to give him your number.
Oh, nice. I'm just going to forward him to Scott.
Oh.
Tell the telemarketer, okay, I'll listen to you, but I should probably tell you I'm not wearing any clothes.
Insist the caller is...
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your name? I'm not wearing any clothes. Insist that the caller is really your buddy Leon playing a joke and do, "Come on, Leon, cut it out. Seriously, Leon, how's your mama?"
Tell them you're hard of hearing and they need to speak up. Louder. Louder?
Do it. And lastly, tell them to talk very slowly because you want to write every word down. That could take a while.
Could you start that sentence over?
Do you mind if I record this?
All right. Good job, boys. And your punishment?
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's Milani versus Richie, or Richie versus Milani.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right. I've got a fun one to start off with, possibly. We'll see. So I'm going to give you a profession, and then you have to give me what their daughter or son's name would be. Okay?
Ooh.
All right. So as an example, if I said lawyer's daughter, her name would be Sue. Get it? Get it?
Oh.
All right. All right.
I don't know if I'm clever enough to figure this out.
I think you can. All right.
I'm not.
Okay.
Either one of you, just shout it out. A thief's son.
Rob.
There you go.
Good Lord.
All right. A doctor's son.
Stethoscope.
Stethoscope. X-ray.
X-ray. No, what is the doctor?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What is the doctor? What do you get from the doctor?
A checkup.
Drugs.
How about Bill? Bill.
All
right.
That one's kind of difficult.
All right. Steam shovel operator's son.
Doug.
Oh, see, you're getting it now.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. All right. Hairstylist son.
Cut.
Clip.
Looking for Bob. Looking for Bob. Yeah.
Oh, man.
A homeopathic doctor's son.
Quack?
Doctor's son.
Yeah.
He
might prescribe you to go to the store and buy a bottle of some kind of
herb.
Yes,
Herb?
there you go. All right.
Perfect.
All right. A justice of the peace's daughter.
A Sue again.
Mary.
Oh,
Mary.
Okay.
All right. Soundstage technician's son.
Mike.
Yes,
Mike.
yes, Mike. Good job. Hot dog vendor's son.
Frank.
Yes, good job. Gambler's daughter.
Betsy.
We'll do that. Exercise guru's son.
Jim.
Yes. Cattle thief's son.
I don't know.
These are hard.
Russell. All right.
Russell.
Here,
Russell.
a little easier. Painter's son.
How is that any easier?
You might hang him on the wall because his name is
Drip.
Art. There we go.
Art.
All right.
Art.
Even
I was
easier.
thinking somebody that painted houses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Even easier. Iron worker's son. Probably got red hair.
Oh, what?
Brandon.
Iron. What does iron do in the rain?
Rusty.
There you go.
Rusty.
All right.
Rusty.
A little harder than I thought they would be, or they're not quite as smart as I thought they were.
Probably somewhere in between.
Oh, did that go out over the air?
Yes.
Yeah,
all right.
it
These last three pretty easy. TV show star's daughter. Maybe not. They might.
Yeah.
TV show's the TV show's daughter is after something they win.
Contestant.
Looking for Emmy. All right. Movie star's son.
Oscar.
There you go. And a barber's son.
Did we do that one?
This is another.
Bob?
Yeah. That was a hairstylist. We're looking for a barber's son.
Bobby.
Sure.
Everybody's got an uncle with this name.
Dwayne.
Looking for Uncle Harry. He's a barber's son.
Uncle
Get
Harry.
it? All right. You guys did much worse than expected.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're totally
At least we
welcome.
excel at something.
Yes. So glad I could be here for this.
We excel at mediocrity. Mediocrity.
Yes.
I can't even say the words.
How about some trivia questions then? First one. We love it in the U.S., but people of Finland consume more of this than any other country. It's a drink.
Beer.
It is not
Coffee.
beer. Coffee is right. What was the first company to earn $1 billion in 1 year? It happened in 1955.
$1 billion in 1 year?
Yes. First company to earn $1 billion in a year. It was 1955. If you even tell me
that's incredible.
If you even tell me the field of industry, I'll take that.
Would
Some
it be
oil
Sears?
company.
You said who said Sears?
I did.
Ah.
Oh no! We suck again!
Chuck, what do you say?
I just said an oil company.
Oh, you're on fire, but that's not it. Last chance.
Oh, an
Not
auto
like
manufacturer.
We'll take auto manufacturer. Did that come from Chuck? Alan, what did you say?
That was Chuck.
All right. Alan, or Chuck, this is for you.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
That's right.
Bears live in dens. Badgers live in sets. What animal lives in a dray?
Not a clue.
All right. You might
a possum.
No, you might have one of these animals run up your leg.
A mouse?
I want to see how many animals they can come up with going up their legs.
A squirrel.
A squirrel. That's what we're looking for here. Chuck
Squirrel.
sneaks in again. All right, Time Cop. It's time for you to play Time Cop and catch which of the following events did not happen in 1997. All right. Hong Kong returned to Chinese rule. Heaven's Gate cult members committed mass suicide in California. Boy, that's cheery. Titanic appeared in movie theaters. And Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman, arrested in Florida movie theater for indecent exposure. Which one did not happen in 1997?
Hong Kong?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Heaven's Gate. I think that was earlier than that.
Okay. Alan?
I gotta go with the Hong Kong thing.
You guys are both wrong. Wow.
Really?
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, do I have that sound? Here. No? That one.
Oh.
All right. Time Cop says 1991 for Paul Rubens in a movie theater.
Huh.
And it was in Florida.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I had that sound effect ready. Why don't you take a picture to last longer?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. In fact, someone did take a picture. That's extra scary.
Lasted a very long time.
All right. Trivia. Average household throws away 72 of these a year. 72 of these a year. Typically, we throw these away, but eat the middle.
Oreos.
Oreos, yeah.
What? Alan, you just lick the cream out and throw away the 2 chocolate halves?
Don't judge me.
I'm going to go with pizza crusts.
Pizza crusts. No, this is just pretty much one item. We eat the center of it, cut it up sometimes, but we throw away the ends.
Bread?
Bread is correct. Look at his brain.
Right.
It's so huge. All right. Fill in the blank on this pop quiz. Benjamin Franklin believed in taking blank baths.
Milk baths.
Milk baths? No.
Yeah. No.
Alan, no. Before you say beer, Alan, no.
No, I was gonna say oatmeal.
Oatmeal baths. That's a good guess, but nope.
Yeah.
It's much
I'm gonna go with
much more rare.
I'm gonna go with vinegar.
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 Not vinegar. I wonder what else gross you guys came up with. Benjamin Franklin believed in taking blank baths.
Honey.
Honey bath.
Wow. That's a sticky situation.
You got me thinking now.
Right?
I know what I'm doing later.
Tell us, Scott, what kind of baths?
I think it's the same kind of bath Alan takes.
What?
Flannel baths.
We're
It's
looking
so
for
soft.
air bath.
What?
Sorry, Alan.
What?
Air bath. That's right. Benjamin Franklin would take air baths where he sat naked in front of an open window for 1 hour a day. I'm so trying this.
Again, don't judge me.
I was about ready to say sand like a chinchilla.
No, air bath. That's original. Yep. All right, this is the phobia game. I name a phobia, and somebody needs to tell me what it is. Is dipsophobia the fear of drinking or the fear of rain?
Drinking.
I'm going to go with drinking.
It is the fear of drinking. Is politicophobia the fear of politicians or the fear of police?
Politicians.
I'm going to say politicians.
These are pretty easy. In chemophobia, the fear of tall buildings or the fear of waves? And it's KYMO. Chemophobia. Fear of tall buildings or fear of waves?
I'm going to go with buildings.
I'm going to go with waves.
And you would be right, Alan Milani. All right.
Oh.
Tarophobia, the fear of bowls or the fear of very small objects?
Or roads.
I'm going to go with very small objects.
Yeah, I'll side with Chuck on this one.
Oh, no. Tarophobia is like Taurus, the fear of bowls. There you go. Or like when I'm doing the show with you, the fear of listening to a lot of bowl.
Just wait till I'm in charge.
All right, couple news or a couple events I want to roll out before we go to break, and I got to pull this one out of my phone because I never got it transferred this morning. But Bradley's Taekwondo. Now, every summer they have a program for the kids wanting to learn Taekwondo, and for families that can't afford it, they roll out scholarships, and they are out of scholarships. So she wanted me to mention on the radio station, Bradley's Taekwondo, looking for sponsors for the summer program. They have several kids on a waiting list for scholarships, and they simply do not have any more to hand out. Don't forget, Bradley's Taekwondo is a state and federal nonprofit. So you might talk to her even about a tax deduction for the donation if you're worried about that kind of thing. But this happened a few years ago, and we talked about it on the radio, and she called me, Sam called me a few hours later and was just totally flabbergasted by the support and people going down there to the Taekwondo school on Main Street and helping up some kids that can't afford classes. So if you'd like to help out some kids for the summer program, go down and see Sam at Bradley's Taekwondo. Also, coming up this weekend, big deal, citywide cleanup. That goes from 8 until noon on Saturday. Then they have a luncheon afterwards to help celebrate all the cleanup at the American Legion. Also, a vaccination clinic going on in Colville between 10 and noon as well. That's the CVAS drive-through vaccination clinic for your dogs. And then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Twila Center for the Arts, it's the artist cleanup sale as the artists get out all the stuff they've made over the winter and try to make some money so they can make more. That's happening at the Twila Center for the Arts. Go out and support our local artists as well. So lots of stuff happening on Saturday. There you go with local events. And I think I had one more. This one coming in from Sandy. And let me blow this up so I can take a good look at it. This is Valley Warriors Against Cancer. This event a little while off, but mark the day down. Warrior Days is a 2-day event to raise money for cancer patients in Stevens County. And that's the cool thing about the Valley Warriors. All the money they raise from the events that they do in the spring and summer goes to help local people suffering from cancer. This one is taking place at Don's Memorial Park in Valley, Washington, May 20th from 8 to 5, May 21st from 8 to 5. And there will be a car show as well on the 21st. So more information coming as we get closer to the event on May 20th. That's the Valley Warriors Against Cancer. All right. Other than that, I think we are ready for break, guys. We'll go to break. When we come back, we're going to have odd news, Alan Milani with local birthdays, and some news headlines. Stick around. It is KCHW 102.7.
All right.
I can avoid being seen if I wish, but to disappear entirely, that is a rare gift.
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, Mr. Jokey. Joke maker.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yup.
because that's how you get ants.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
It's 8:06.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Ford, Tum Tum.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, April the 20th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. A highly anticipated U.S. Supreme Court decision over an abortion medication has been delayed until Friday. The court said it needs more time to decide if it will uphold a Texas judge's ruling to ban the medication nationwide. Mara Grandal Power is with the National Women's Law Center and cites polls that show more than 60% of U.S. adults believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases.
At the end of the day, folks who are trying to restrict access are not taking actions that the people want.
Since it was approved in 2000, more than 5 million women have since used the drug in combination with the second pill to end their pregnancies. Dairy processors and farmers throughout Maine are eligible for grants to help them improve their operations. That is part of a growing movement to keep locally produced milk in local communities.
The Northeast Dairy Business Innovation Center is offering $12 million in expansion grants to help farmers purchase new equipment, train employees, or market their dairy products. Jamie Battershall of the Maine Dairy and Nutrition Council says it's always been important to Mainers to support their dairy producers.
It's benefiting all of us to keep that milk local and to keep the local farms going.
Larger processors can submit pre-applications for grants by May 11th, while the application window for smaller dairy farms runs through August. There are roughly 176 dairy farms scattered throughout 15 counties in Maine, generating more than $900 million in economic activity. The American Rescue Act allocated $4 billion to bring food prices down, as well as make the American food system more resilient. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
The new Level Up report shows a steady decrease in enrollment and completion rates among black students nationally. Our Danielle Smith reports across all sectors, roughly 600,000 black learners have disappeared from American higher education.
Dr. Cassie Tavern is Dean of Student Support Services at South Arkansas College in El Dorado. She says its enrollment has dropped 2 to 4% since the pandemic. She points out that some students face barriers that prevent them from completing community college. She says some of their students are non-traditional, work more than one job, have family obligations, and are caregivers. She adds the rising cost of education is also a factor for students.
We have not increased our tuition for a good 5 years or more because we understand our student population. But even with that, most of the funding for college period is for freshmen, is for first-year students.
This is Public News Service. CNBC reports this week Fox settled the defamation lawsuit brought against it by Dominion Voting Systems, but still faces another similar case. They note Smartmatic USA has a $2.7 billion defamation case against Fox. It started in 2021. The pace of Smartmatic's case has been slower than Dominion's and is considered about a year behind. And during Earth Week, several projects in New York to boost energy efficiency have been completed.
These projects, which consist of wind, solar, and hydroelectric developments, will provide clean electricity to more than 150,000 homes across the state. But these are just a few of the numerous projects helping New York reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 70% by 2030. Ann Reynolds with the Alliance for Clean Energy New York describes what lies ahead for the state's climate future.
More and more New Yorkers will be seeing solar projects and wind projects under construction. There's only one offshore wind project under construction now, but there's 5 others that have contracts. So New Yorkers are going to start to see or hear about offshore wind construction.
Along with this, she adds electrifying buildings through heat pumps and electrifying transportation need to be done as well. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the transportation sector accounted for the majority of greenhouse gas emissions in 2020. Light-duty vehicles made up more than half of all emissions in 2020. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
One of the current transmission line projects will connect the proposed 924-megawatt offshore Sunrise wind farm. Finally, our Brett Pivito lets us know that this is Monarch Week. Environmental advocates are calling attention to the plight of the monarch butterfly.
Monarchs are considered essential pollinators, contributing to the cultivation of many fruits and vegetables, but their lifespan is short, with 4 generations spawned in the course of a year. Those that hatch in late summer and early autumn migrate up to 3,000 miles from as far north as eastern Canada to spend winter in central Mexico. Maryland is home to a portion of eastern monarchs in spring and summer. Over the last 25 years, critical milkweed habitats have been reduced, which has led to a corresponding reduction in the eastern monarch butterfly population. This time of year, monarchs migrate north to lay their eggs on milkweed plants on which their offspring will feed during their caterpillar stage. Jim McCann is the state zoologist with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources. He says restoring milkweed is essential to helping the monarch population.
It's a pretty widely adaptable native plant. We have, I think, 12 species of native milkweed that have been documented in Maryland.
People in suburban and rural settings can help by planting milkweed even in a small area.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Heard on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:12.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7, getting started with the Three Amigos Thursday, and I'm having some technical difficulties. There we are, back live on the radio. Let's do this.
We are the Three Amigos.
There you go. Part 2, we kick off with Alan Milani and local birthdays.
Today we have Becca Bennett and Colby Dollar.
All right. If you know them, you see them around town, point and laugh, tell them we were talking about them on the radio. All right, to keep things in order this morning, let's go with celebrity birthdays. First, George Takei from Star Trek, turning 86. Wow.
General quarters.
Wow.
Security, condition 3.
GQ, security 3, sir.
There you go, little George Takei.
Oh,
That's all I got. All right, next up, Ryan O'Neal from Paper Moon, What's Up, Doc, TV's Bones, and much, much more, turning 82. Jessica Lange for American Horror Story, Tootsie and Sweet Dream 74. Clint Howard, Star
Still
Wars.
hot, by the way.
What?
Still hot, by the way, Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange? Okay. I thought you were talking about Clint Howard. Also, Ron Howard's brother. He's 64 today. My favorite line is from Waterboy when he says, "I don't have a completely functional brain." Crispin Glover, always creepy. American Gods. George McFly in Back to the Future films is 59. Andy Serkis, Batman, Lord of the Rings. And, of course, Andy played C-3PO, which they left out. I can't believe that. He's turned in 59 today. He's also turned into quite the director. Shemar Moore from Criminal Minds, 53. Carmen Electra from the Scary Movies is 51. Joey Lawrence from Blossom and Brotherly Love is 47. And model Miranda Kerr, married to Snapchat co-founder Evan Spiegel. Spiegel is 40. Spiegel. All right.
Spiegel.
On to history. Not Schmiegel, Spiegel. It happened today with Chuck Ritchie.
In 1896, the first movie was shown at Coaster and Biles Music Hall in New York City. Up until this time, people saw films individually by looking into a kinetoscope.
Ooh.
This was the first time in the U.S. that an audience sat in a theater and watched a movie together.
Yeah.
That's very cool. In 1889, Nazi leader Adolf Hitler was born in Braunau, Austria.
Why did you add that in? Gosh, Chuck.
I don't know. I started to read it before I realized what it was.
Would you even bring that up?
And I had to carry it out. In 1916, Chicago Cubs played their first game at Weigman Park, which is now Wrigley Field. They defeated the Cincinnati Reds 7-6.
Okay.
1980, the first Cubans sailing to the United States as part of the massive Mariel boat lift reached Florida.
Skip the next one.
Yes, I will. In 2006, the English town of Luckington started making extra money by charging to pull drivers out of a river that they were accidentally driving into because of a mistake in the satellite navigation system.
Thank you, Google.
That's awesome. They saw the opportunity to make money. Wow.
That is hilarious. 2018, Danica Patrick won the Indy Japan 300 by becoming the first female driver in history to win an IndyCar race.
Okay.
That's cool.
Skip the next one, too.
In 2020, thank you. I would have been halfway through that one. In 2020, the last three cruise ships still afloat around the world finally dock at the ports of Marseille, Barcelona, and Los Angeles.
All right. I think that's Marseille? Marseille.
Is it Marseille?
Take me away to Marseille. There you go. All right. Thank you very much, Chuck. A little bit of history there, and we go on to special events with Alan Maloney.
Don't some
Today
people say
is
Barcelona?
420 day.
Barcelona?
What?
Huh? Say what day it is again?
420 day.
Wow. It is.
Happy 420, by golly.
So there's been a lot of, perspectives that have changed, over the years. Of course, Joe Friday from Dragnet, perceptions have changed, including his.
Marijuana is a narcotic, medically and legally. It never did anybody any good and does everybody a lot of harm.
All right. And then today, Joe Friday.
Marijuana is the bomb.
Marijuana is the bomb.
Wow. Things you won't hear on the street today.
But I am stoned.
You also won't hear this on the street today.
What are you, stoned or stupid?
Well, you might.
Yes.
And
The answer is yes.
something you don't hear in Washington anymore.
Could I buy some pot from you?
See? All right. Continue with your special events if you can, Alan Maloney.
It's Chinese Language Day.
Okay.
Get to Know Your Customers Day. Lima Bean Respect Day.
Yeah, respect.
Ask an Atheist Day.
About what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Cheddar Fries Day.
Oh.
Science.
High Five Day. And Volunteer Recognition Day.
There you go. High Five Day. All right. You see a lot of people doing that on the streets, especially since it's 420.
High five.
High five. All right, number of the day is 22 million, and that's the number of U.S. residents who live in mobile homes. I've lived in a lot of mobile homes. I've actually been called trailer trash. Just saying.
Names you call yourself don't count, Scott.
Oh. My mistake. All right. On the news and nuggets for today. First story up, Chuck Ritchie. This could happen to you at KCHW.
Hello. About scientists, about bugs?
No, a new survey of IT managers. News and nuggets.
See, that's the second story. In a recent survey, 48% of IT managers admitted their companies don't tell their employees that they're being monitored. Yeah, so if you've ever wondered if you're being watched at work, the answer is probably, which is why I always carry around a little sign that says, at least buy me dinner first.
That's nearly half of all companies spying on their employees. You know, not just the cameras around the office. I've heard stories of like IT can go in and actually see how many keystrokes you're making on your keyboard and that kind of stuff. So, all right.
Just that's a bit much.
Just smack on your keyboard a lot so it looks like you're doing something.
That's how I type anyway.
All right. Alan with a story about one of his favorite restaurants.
What are we under? What are we under?
News and nuggets today. I know we usually don't do them, but we needed some fill.
Right.
Okay.
McDonald's has upped the ante on its competition with Starbucks for coffee lovers. The fast food chain is testing 2 cold brew options at some Southern California locations. McDonald's is piloting traditional cold brew, served black over ice, as well as a marble cold brew, which contains syrup and cream.
Does not sound
I could go
healthy.
for either one of those.
Yeah, right now?
Absolutely.
If only we still had a McDonald's in Chihuahua.
I think Chuck started off with Glenn Levitt in his cup this morning.
Oh.
Well, wild turkey, actually.
Wild turkey, yes. Yes.
All right, putting on your workout clothes and getting to the gym can feel like a slog at first. Eventually, you might get in the habit of going to the gym and readily pop over to your Zumba class or a run on the treadmill. New study from social scientists at California's Institute of Technology, known as Caltech, now shows how long it takes to form the gym habit, an average of about 6 months. I'm going to guess neither of you go to the gym.
Nope.
Because 6 months a big commitment.
I'm on. Today will be day 3 for me in a row, so I'm gonna try.
Really? Day 3 at the gym? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Why? Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a thing.
All
He's a
right.
glutton for punishment.
All right. Good for you,
It's a
Chuck. All right. Same study also looked at how long it takes healthcare workers to get in the habit of washing their hands, an average of just a few weeks, so you're safe.
I only have a few more weeks to go.
The author of the study said there's no magic number for habit formation. You may have heard that it takes about 21 days to form a habit, but that estimate was not based on any science. Our work supports the idea that the speed of habit formation differs according to the behavior in question and whether a variety of other factors are in play. Now, I know like for smoking, it's just like 1 cigarette. All right, here comes the man in the know. It's Chuck Ritchie with the origins of 420.
Could I buy some pot from you?
So as we know, today is April 20th, or 420. That is the numerical code for marijuana's high holiday. So how did this marijuana-loving world came to mark? It marks the occasion, it's believed that the occasion is traceable to, 5 Northern California men. They created the code decades ago as students at a suburban San Francisco high school in 1971.
Oh.
David Reddix and his 4 buddies, Steve Capper, Larry Schwartz, Jeff Knoll, and Mark Gravich. They were a stoner clique who hung out a particular wall between classes at San Rafael High School. They dubbed themselves the Waldos, a term coined by comedian Buddy Hackett to describe odd people. Okay. One afternoon in 1971, a non-Waldo classmate came to the wall with an intriguing tale and a crudely drawn map. which showed the location of a marijuana garden in a nearby forest, which was in Point Reyes National Seashore. The classmate said the pot patch belonged to his brother-in-law. The 5 excited stoners then made plans to find the weed after school and decided to meet in front of the school at 4:20 p.m. When 2 of them finished football practice. The 5 laughed about tumbling out of a marijuana smoke-filled car when they arrived at their destination 45 minutes later. Okay.
Oops.
They didn't find the patch that day, but they vowed to keep searching. They would pass in the halls and whisper 420 Lewis at each other as if a new attempt was planned, indicating they should meet at 4:20 p.m. at the school statue of Louis Pasteur. The patch was never found, but the 420 Lewis stuck his code for let's get high at the statue after school. Soon after, it was shortened to simply 420 and meant let's get high anyway.
But only at 420.
Only at 420.
All right.
I mean, that's goals right there to create a symbol as a high schooler that gets shared nationwide.
It's kind of sad in a way too.
I mean, talk about making a difference in the world. Really making your mark.
That was their top achievement.
All right. You know what's funny now is I hear people say, well, it's 420 somewhere. All right. When it comes to tongues, melting chocolate is better than a passionate kiss. What? Couples in their 20s had their heart rates and brains monitored while they first melted chocolate in their mouths and then kissed. As Alan said earlier, that sounds sticky. Chocolate caused a more intense and longer-lasting buzz than kissing alone and doubled volunteers' heart rates. Woo-woo!
Wow.
Because they have to struggle to free their lips.
Yeah. Nightmare in the air with Chuck Ritchie.
Okay, so if being stuck on a tiny box with 300 passengers at 35,000 feet isn't your cup of tea, being stuck with 300 strangers at 35,000 feet with only 3 functioning bathrooms is probably less so. That's not bad. I mean, I live in a house with 2 teenagers and we only have 1 bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah, right? It's pretty close to the same thing, I think. This was the case of an Austrian flight airlines from Vienna to New York, which had to turn back 2 hours into Monday's flight when 5 of its 8 bathrooms malfunctioned. Wow. A 2018 Norwegian air flight with 85 plumbers on board had to return to Oslo when its toilets broke and required exterior access to fix. Ooh.
So they were
It's
broken.
Like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
Is it wrong that I want to know what happened when they broke?
Yeah. What did 5 of them? Was this a terrorist attack?
Well, there's so much air rushing through them. I want to know what actually happened.
Captain, they're going through the toilets.
Full.
Look at that guy just came out of the bathroom and he's all blue. Why we forget names with that old guy, Alan Milani.
That old guy.
What?
So you can be forgiven for forgetting the name of the new acquaintance just minutes after you've been introduced. Memory experts at the University of Sussex say that these memory lapses are a necessary part of the brain's process to avoid overloading with information. But it's not uncommon these memories can be recalled several hours after learning them.
No. If I've forgotten your name, it's a forever kind of deal.
Forever thing.
Right? It's just blocked permanently.
Yeah.
It's on purpose.
You're blacklisted. You know, I like to say somebody's name in a sentence 3 times after I first meet them, which you remember their name, but then you also seem like you're insane.
Is that why when you meet someone new, you immediately go to the bathroom? All right, this runner is a runner after my own heart. Top ultramarathon runner has been disqualified from a recent race after using a car to travel during a portion of the route. Josiah Zakrzewski finished. He could use the excuse he was Polish. All right. Finished third in the 2023 Manchester to Liverpool Ultra. Reportedly traveled by automobile for 2.5 miles of the 50-mile race. The 47-year-old Scottish runner was tracked via mapping data, blazing through a mile of the race in just 1 minute 40 seconds. Zakarewski later told reporters she was tired after traveling 48 hours from Australia to the UK to attend the race the night before and made a massive error.
I was tired, though.
Yeah, a massive error. All right. Tips for sleeping with Chuck Ritchie.
So if you're having trouble getting to sleep, the problem might not be in your head. In fact, it might be in your feet. Researchers in Switzerland found that when we are at the cusp of falling asleep, our body redirects blood flow to our hands and feet. When these extremities are warm, their blood vessels can dilate and allow for greater blood flow, which of course aids in the redistribution of blood and helps you get to sleep. So if you're having trouble nodding off, the solution could be as simple as throwing on a warm pair of socks.
Or, like Alan, never take off your flannel shirt and your boots.
It's cozy.
He just wraps his flannel shirt around his feet when he sleeps.
It's cozy.
All right, Alan, a lottery story. How fun. I want to win some money.
Yeah, me too. Maryland lottery player used the same combination of digits to win three $50,000 prizes in the space of just 11 months.
Wow.
The 52-year-old man told Maryland lottery officials he previously collected two $50,000 prizes from the May 18th, 2022 drawing with a pair of tickets bearing the numbers 48548. The man used the same numbers to pick 5 this month. The drawing earned him a third $50,000 prize. The winner said he plans to continue using the numbers.
Wow.
Wait. Say those numbers again. Hold on.
Exactly.
Really slow.
Yeah. You got a pencil?
4.
I do.
48548. 48548. 48548. Got it.
There you go.
You're a winner. All right. A mayor has dumped a ton of trash on a beach. Why? A mayor in South Korea is under fire for dumping tons of garbage on an area beach so that volunteer cleanup crews had something to clean up.
Wow.
Lee Dong-jin, the mayor of Jindo County, admits he had the trash carted in because apparently there wasn't any for his constituents to remove. In a statement apologizing for the decision, Lee said, "We brought in waste styrofoam and other coastal trash gathered from nearby areas so the 600 participants could carry out cleanup activities." The event intended to raise awareness of human pollution in the world's oceans. Groups of volunteers mobilized on beaches, recording waste items they found to create a clearer picture of the state of the environment. Didn't work out so well.
I'm guessing not.
That's
all right.
That's weird.
Fly the friendly airways, Chuck.
With me.
Yes.
A passenger. At least the bathrooms are going to work. A passenger has been banned for life after he allegedly peed inside the cabin and displayed aggressive and disgraceful behavior on a flight from Scotland to Spain. Wow. The man caused major disruption, with witnesses claiming he urinated inside the cabin. Now the airline, Jet2, has decided to ban the 55-year-old for life. Well, yeah.
What was amazing is how he did it.
I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up here forever.
That wasn't funny at all. No.
That wasn't funny.
That wasn't funny at all. All right. Real quick. I had a news story. One of my faves, Arnold Schwarzenegger, was once one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, but amazingly enough, he's never, in all of his years of stardom, been at the center of a scripted TV show. That changes now as Netflix has roped in the legendary action star for a new show called Fubar, which is due to arrive on the streaming service next month. It very much looks like a modern action movie made for streaming, only stretched out to 8 shows. But kind of cool. Arnold's coming to his first TV series. When the father and daughter... Go ahead.
So it's an action show, not a comedy or anything.
It is. Here's what they
He's
say.
He's always so good at comedy, and he does so few comedies.
Well, get excited, Chuck. When a father and daughter learn that they've each secretly been working as CIA operatives for years, they realize their entire relationship has been a lie, and they truly don't want to know each other at all. Forced to team up as partners, they tackle universal family dynamics set against a global backdrop of spies, fantastic action, and what Chuck wants, humor.
Humor. Funny, Arnold.
All right. Exciting news. Teaser for Season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds released yesterday. It premieres June 15th on Paramount Plus for all the Star Trek fans out there. And then, on a sad note, next franchise to get a reboot on TV, The Twilight Saga.
Oh, what? I thought you were going to say Twilight Zone, and I was about to get excited.
I didn't know.
No.
I'll play the horn again.
Why?
Because people love teenage angst. All right. And my last one in entertainment today. Sequel to 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong has received its title and its first teaser trailer. Tweet from Godzilla vs. Kong Twitter account, I didn't know they had one, revealed that the sequel is titled Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, they added this in. The New Empire. Feature teaser trailer from the upcoming movie. The trailer shows a Titan sitting on a throne surrounded by bones and zooms out to reveal the skulls of both Godzilla and Kong, each glowing with their respective color. There you go. Can't get enough Godzilla movies out there, apparently. There you go. And got to get Alan Milani off to work. Look at him grin. He knows the show's over.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always start off the odd news with the news attack, where the first part is true and the second part is a big fat lie. Here comes Chuck Ritchie to kick things off.
Right. So scientists say bugs use math.
Really?
Yep. One bug plus one human equals one squish bug.
I have a different philosophy. I have a different philosophy.
You kill anything that has more than 2 legs, you get me?
Yes. Sorry about your dogs.
And this one, the next one I accidentally read earlier.
Yes?
I just read that or saw that movie like 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it's always fun. I love the commercials.
Movie.
Yes. You too can be a citizen.
What if that was like that? The only way you had a right to vote is if you served in the military. I wonder if there's any countries actually doing that.
No sweat.
No sweat. All right. Well, you got it covered. I'm in trouble. All right. News attack, Alan Milani.
In a recent survey, 48% of IT managers admitted their companies don't tell employees that they're being monitored. So if you ever wondered why you're being watched at work, the answer is probably, which is why I always carry around a little sign that says, at least buy me dinner first.
Another survey found that 40% of people snoop when alone in someone else's bathroom by checking out cabinets and drawers. That's creepy. I like to scare my nosy guests by filling one drawer with just beef jerky.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe that number 40%. I think that's low.
You think that's low? You think more people
I
are
think it's
snooping in your
about
bathroom?
85%.
That's why I keep a camera in my bathroom.
Oh, creepy.
You gotta keep an eye on those creepy people.
Yeah. You ever heard of a floor camera?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Wow.
That just escalated.
Just keep.
No, I'm trying to think if I ever used your bathroom now.
You have. It's on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Got one view.
Chuck, get us out of here.
Oh my goodness! The flight to New York had returned to Vienna after 5 hours after its 5 of its 8 bathrooms malfunctioned. The pilot must have been like, ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that our bathrooms have reached maximum capacity. We'll be turning back now and suggest you do the same with your bladders.
Wow.
What does that smell like?
Stew.
Please remain seated with your bladder in the locked and upright position.
Wow. A study found that people don't get sad about entering middle age, but get happier as long as the kids don't move back in.
How'd that work out for you, Alan?
Yeah, it's working.
It's working.
It's working.
According to another survey, you can judge a potential mate by the condition of the back seat of their car. For example, if there's a lot of dried blood, the wedding ceremony will probably be scheduled during visiting hours. There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Mostly McDonald wrappers in the back of my car. That's all I'm saying.
And exploded ketchup packets.
Yes. Chuck?
So a study found that Americans shoot each other in a fit of rage every 17 hours. I like to wait at least 18 or 19 hours. This is why I only travel by Uber and ask the driver to let me lie down in the trunk.
And Mr. Milani.
Robert Kennedy Jr. has announced his candidacy for president. You know him from his famous last name and his debunked vaccine claims. I'm not sure if he's running for president or just auditioning for a new reality show, The Amazing Race Against Science.
Moving on to what we call wacky but true. That means we're not adding any jokes to these. They're totally self-contained, but they might get a movie sound effect. First wacky but true story is from Germany, where police confiscated an air raid siren, which an old guy used to stun his wife into submission.
Wow.
Loud noises!
Wonder if he had it inside the house.
Yes. Man said he occasionally sounded the siren because his wife would never let him get a word in. In response, his wife said she sometimes had to yell to get his attention because he was a stubborn mule and she had to get loud.
Loud noises!
Oh, all right. More trouble with wives with Chuck.
A judge in Italy ruled that a man who filed for divorce because his wife humiliated him in front of friends and family, insulted him day after day, and berated him for not giving her pleasure in bed, must still pay her alimony. The court agreed that his ex-wife, who argued that her behavior was normal for a married couple.
And the judge agreed.
Wow.
Wow.
I had somebody say that to me years ago at a live event, said, that woman on stage wasn't very nice to you. And I said, I know, it's my wife.
Golly.
Golly.
So the judge was just like, yeah, that's marriage. Deal with it.
Get over it. And it kind of goes like this, too.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
It has to be a real big woman.
Wow.
Alan?
A 26-year-old man in Washington State down in Cowlitz County escaped from prison on Monday by impersonating his cellmate who was supposed to be released that day. It helped that his cellmate was sound asleep when an official announced that he was free to go. It also helped that the two cellmates looked alike. The prisoner, Brian Roman, waltzed out of his cell, collected his cellmate's personal belongings, and forged his cellmate's name on release forms before fleeing. It wasn't until the snoozing cellmate finally woke up and asked when he was getting released that prison officials realized what had happened. As of Wednesday, Roman was still missing.
Wow.
Huh.
Roman's still Roman.
A lot to unpack there.
Okay, I got this one.
I can avoid being seen if I wish, but to disappear entirely, that is a rare gift.
I mean, wouldn't you be too excited to sleep if it was your day to get out? I mean...
All right, traffic stopped on a section of highway in Italy on Wednesday morning when an escaped horse ran into the roadway. Some witnesses captured video of the horse running against traffic. Highway officials sent a safety car to the scene, and the horse was escorted off the highway. Horse was scanned for a microchip, which it had, and its owner was contacted. Let's go live to the scene.
Can I borrow your horse, please? It's official martial business.
He's called Joshua. It's from the Bible. It means the deliverer.
No, he isn't. What? I speak horse. He's called Susan. And he wants you to respect his life choices.
Susan is a woke horse. Okay. Sorry. All right, put the fire out.
If I had $1 for every time I said this, it's a fun time to be drunk and have a fire extinguisher. That's what Jordan Mulcahy of Minnesota said following his arrest early Monday for allegedly burglarizing a Florida office building and stealing alcohol and a fire extinguisher. Police say the vacationing Mulcahy broke a window and entered the property, which was not open to the public. When a cleaning crew member confronted him, Mulcahy walked out of the property's front door with a trash bag of alcohol bottles in his right hand and a fire extinguisher in his left. A police report noted an indication of alcohol influence. You think so?
Yeah.
You drunk? No. But this ought to do it.
So my question is, what kind of office building has trash bags full of alcohol?
A good one.
Carpet store.
A carpet
store.
Quiet! I can't hear myself lie.
All right, you're off the hook. But Alan, will you wrap up this show for a Thursday?
I will. So a Japanese man admitted to slashing the tires of cars owned by women in order to strike up a conversation with them. The man would use a sharp object to puncture women's tires at various supermarkets. When the woman returned to their cars, the man would approach, calling out, "Looks like you got a flat. Let me fix it for you." While changing the tire, he would strike up a conversation with a woman and exchange phone numbers with them. One woman who fell victim to his scheme told a female friend, "I recently got a flat and a man offered to change it for me." Upon hearing the story, the friend exclaimed, "The same thing happened to me." Suspecting a scam, the women reported the incidents to police.
Oh.
No, you didn't hear me. I said, "Looks like you've gotten fat."
Wow.
Sorry.
Why didn't he just use Match.com?
It's way better than my idea. I used to burn down their houses so they'd live with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hail to the king, baby.
Right on. All right, live to the scene with the Japanese man who committed the crime.
Hello, hot girl. Does anybody know where the massage parlor is? High five. High five. Anybody?
It's high five day.
High five.
High five. High five. High five. All right, that's our show for today. Big round of applause for the three amigos. All right, thank you guys very much. Alan off to work, and me and Chuck are going to be lazy because, well, that's what we do. All right, at least for now, right, Chuck? All right. We will return tomorrow morning, though, to wrap you up and take you into the weekend. It'll be Chuck, Richie, and Scott. And other than that, we want you to have a great day and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. Goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Let them eat static.
You kill anything that has more than 2 legs, you get me? Loud noises! You can do it!
Can I borrow your horse, please? It's official martial business.
He's called Joshua. It's from the Bible. It means the deliverer.
No, he isn't. What? I speak horse. He's called Susan. And he wants you to respect his life choices.
We are the Three Amigos!